Hi everyone, Marlene here with another thrifting video for you. It's a beautiful fall day and I went to a new store called Picking Up the Pieces. I did thrift an item here and I'll show you that haul at the end. And here I'm showing you some footage of the store as I walk around. And then also at the end of the video, I have several other hauls for you. One's from my favorite antique store, and another one's from the online auction that I go to every now and then. And then I also have a Value Village haul for you and a Facebook Marketplace haul. A lady advertised on Facebook, and she allows people to come into her home. It's almost like a little store in her basement. So I did go there, and I will show you also the items that I picked up there. As well, I will show you how I styled some of the items that I picked up in my home. At the store that I visited, that was called Picking Up the Pieces, I only picked up one thing in there. He had other interesting items, but I didn't have a lot of time that day to really look at things. I just took a few pictures, and his prices were antique store prices. So the only thing I picked up was this. I think it's an old cookie press, a picture of a bird on the bottom, maybe a turkey, and he asked $15 for this. And I happily paid that because this seems to have quite a bit of age on it. And that's all I grabbed that day. Today I saw on Facebook Marketplace, a lady had posted some pictures of some items she had for sale in her home. So I contacted her and went there to see what she had. She had almost like a little store set up in her basement of vintage and antique items. So I wandered around and I picked out a few things, and then she gave me a total price at the end, and I paid $38 for these items. So I picked up 2 tins of medical items to go in my doctor's bag. She had various prices on these from when she had a vendor booth, but she said just bundle a bunch of stuff together, so I did. This is a nice little heavy cast, I think, stationery stand. I'll probably use this for postage cards or cabinet cards in my decoration. Very nice. She actually had 2 of those. Then I have a collection of old brushes. And I really liked this one when I saw it. It was a different shape. She said something about it being a horse's brush, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, so I grabbed that. Then she had this nice little green flower frog, and I picked that up as well. She had a couple of these Old Spice bottles. And I think this one is vintage. There's no barcode on it. I have, from my dad, his brush and foam soap pot from Old Spice. He wore Old Spice all his life. So whenever I smell this, it makes me think of my dad. So this will go in my bathroom along with his brush and his little pot for shaving. And then she had this beautiful cheese box. She originally wanted $30 just for it, but she came down in price. I really like this one. I picked up one recently, but it was in quite a bit rougher shape than this, and I paid, I believe, I can't remember now. It was either $8 or $28. But I thought this one was so much nicer. You can read all the writing in it. It's still in wonderful condition. It has the writing on both sides. And you can see the vintage nails in here. So you can tell that it does have some age. So I thought that was a wonderful pickup. And then I will follow up this haul with some pictures of how I styled these items, or I will insert them in with my footage. Today I went to a thrift store, one of our value villages. I normally don't shop here very often. I just go in once in a while to get some footage. But today I wandered around and I actually did find a few things, and most of them were a fairly good price, which is the reason I usually don't shop at Value Village anymore. They have raised their prices by quite a bit. But today, to start off with, I went through the baggies on the bag wall and I found this bag. It mostly had these bowl clips in it, a couple of different kinds, and these are always handy in the craft room. And I got a 2-hole punch in that same bag. Looks almost new. But the reason I bought the bag was they had this flower frog in there. And it's a little bit rusty in places, but it does have some age on it. The whole bag was $3.98, and so I thought that was a really good price with that flower frog in there. Then I'm always on the hunt, as you know from other videos I posted, for these little jars. I do keep small things like nuts and baking goods in them. So they were 99 cents each. This one, though, when I got it home and opened it, the plastic on the inside was really funky smelling. So I took that off. I'll have to order some more the right size. You can get them on Amazon. But for now, I just put one of these rubber rims in there to protect the glass. I have a bunch of these for my mason jars. And then this one is in the Wexford style, which is my preferred style of jars. So I got that one. And like I say, for 99 cents, that was a pretty good deal. Then I have some little plants that need potting up for the winter from being outside for the summer. And I try to find the one of these with a hole in it. I'll have to get some saucers for underneath them. But the reason I need this is for some succulents and some little cactus. And I prefer this style of pot so they don't get too wet. So I got those for $2.99. Actually, I think I got them for $1.99. When I got to the counter, I said to the fella, these are both the same, but they have two different prices. And he gave them to me for $1.99. So that's pretty good. I picked up this little plate. I'm not usually a collector of plates, but this had such a gorgeous autumn scene on it. And right now that's the season. And I don't mind standing some plates in the back of my curio cabinets for decoration. This one, it says it's Autumn Grandeur, and they charged me $3.99 for that. Oh, and I forgot to mention blue tags that day were 25% off. So a pretty little plate. I picked up this book. It was in the seasonal department. It's a 1980s book full of Christmas decorations and recipes, and I just wanted it to display at Christmas time. It has really nice colorful pictures throughout it. Memories of a bygone era. And they only wanted 25 cents for that, minus the 25%. Then I picked up this. It's a handmade item. It was in the toys and cards section for 99 cents. It says it's for playing euchre and keeping score. It's a pair of them taped together. So I thought those were kind of nice. We do play euchre once in a while. So a nice little handmade item. I grabbed a belt for myself. I'm a difficult size to find a belt for, so I found this one. It's a very nice soft belt in great condition, and what I really liked is it had all this reinforcement on the back side of the holes, which keeps the holes from tearing. So I thought that was a great idea, and that's for me. Then I went in the picture frame section. I'm always looking for frames of this configuration, long and narrow. And the reason I wanted these is because I have several cabinet cards that are that shape, and I want to be able to frame them. So this one is perfect for that cabinet card, so I'll frame that one up. It was $1.99, again minus 25%. And then this is another one of a similar shape. It's actually mirrored. It was $3.99, brand new, it looks like, never been used. So I have a couple more cabinet cards, and I think I will stick one in there, leaving part of the mirror showing. I think that's a nice effect. So again, another nice buy. Then I just got a game for my daughter. The toys are never very expensive. I also picked up this book, Anne of Green Gables. I grabbed this because they're talking about taking this book out of the school curriculum in some of the provinces, and I think that's just crazy. I did read this when I was in school, and I'll probably read it again. I thought it was a great book. It has a velvet cover, very nice, velvet and gold. It's almost new looking. It was $5.99 minus the sale price, and I think it's a Hallmark book. It's a fairly new book. It's not that old. See if I can find the copyright date here. Oh, 1999. So I'm going to have fun reading that again, and I just feel sad they're pulling that out of the school curriculum. But c'est la vie, I guess. And then I needed a couple of cushion covers for some large square feather pillows that I have. I had really dark colors on these pillows, and I wanted to change it out. Something more fall-like, but this is perfect because these will do through both Christmas, Valentine's, and, well, pretty much from now right on through until Valentine's Day. And they were 2 for $2.49. So, and they're very sturdy made. Your pillow just tucks inside, and it's got these big buttons on them. They're kind of like a small corduroy, but well-made, tough pillows. So that's my haul from Value Village that day, and my total spend there, my tag, was $45.99 minus my senior's discount of $6.21, so I paid $39.78. So I have today to show you another haul from the auction that I attend. It's an online auction, and it's the pickup is fairly close to my place, about 15 minutes away. So here is what I got this time. I'm going to start with this grouping. All of these items were in a box together. It said on the posting for the auction that it was a bunch of inkwells, and it did have quite a few. And a few of them, well, most of them were vintage. I think this one is more towards antique. That might be a Bakelite top. And then they had all of these little salt cellars. Hard to see them against my counter. Really cute little ones. Some are the same, but there's quite a few different ones. And I do collect these, so I will be keeping most of them. But there are some items that I'm going to give to the thrift store. So there's two of these bigger, I'm not sure, I think they're probably more votive holders. There is this ink, writing fluid, it says, Schaefer ink. Older, there's no barcode on it, but it's a plastic bottle. This little cup, two of these inkwells that are rather plain. And I'm not sure what these are, if they're just a toy or what they are. So those will be donated back. But that whole box of items was $4. Then I got these 3 porcelain insulators. I mostly wanted it for this big one, and it's very heavy. But a unique color. It almost is like agate stone or agate porcelain. I have brown ones like this and white ones like this, so I will probably take these back to my favorite antique store and see if she wants them. But those insulators, 3 insulators, were $1 for all 3 of them, so I thought that was a good buy. This tin was also in the box with one of the other items. I will keep it. I have a hard time finding things to decorate with for St. Patrick's Day. So I just thought I'll keep that. That's modern. It's not, I don't think there's much age to it, but handy little item to decorate with. Then I got another tin. It says baking powder, Calumet. And it's older. No barcode on this. There is somewhere on the writing and a couple of dents, but I will add this to my baking powder collection, tin collection. Then I bid on and got this ruby glass bowl. It's a nice size. I'll show you me holding it. This one I did pay up for. I think I paid $10 for it. But very nice vintage glass, and I love ruby glass. I got another little white enamel bowl with red trim. I do collect white enamel with red trim. I have several pieces, so I'm going to add that to my collection. And then I got this box. Let's see if I can get it open here. It was full of these acorns. These are not real. The bottoms of them, I think, are painted styrofoam or paper. The top, though, is made up of real pine cone pieces. And there's a whole box of them. I think there's a dozen in here. So I think those will be a really nice decoration at Christmas, and they are a really nice size. And for those, I paid $7. So altogether, for everything there, I paid $33 plus tax, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. Also, I wanted to add on a small haul that I picked up when I went to my favorite little antique store near me. I took some stuff there to donate to them to sell, and they're always so appreciative. I was doing some purging from some of my cupboards while I was putting out my autumn haul, and I found a few things to take to them. So while I was there, of course, I did a little bit of shopping. I was so happy to see this piece. I've had the one like this that is pinky with the young girl. It's in my gallery wall, and I've been keeping my eye open for this one. And it matches. It has the concave glass, the metal frame. The frame, I think, is exactly the same as the one I have for the girl. So I was quite happy to see this. And I picked it up, and it was $15. Then I got another little pottery jug to add to my collection. This one says Canadian Apple Blossom. I like the green. I don't see too many of these little jugs with green on them. And I got this for, I can get the tag here, $5. Then I also found another lovely tamper. This one obviously has some wear and had some use. I love the patina on it. Nice size. So this will go in my collection. And then I also picked that up for $15. Then I found a couple other smaller items. I am now always looking for little medicine bottles to put in my doctor's bag. So this one didn't have a price tag, so we threw that in for free. Then I also found these vintage leads for in a lead pencil. And they too did not have a price tag, so he threw those in as well. He was being so nice to me that day. And then this little jug, obviously a medicine jug, I believe. It had quite a bit of wear on the inside from the stopper. And on the bottom, it says, let me see, synthetic porcelain. Yeah, I can't quite read it all. Med something by this, and I can't recognize all the words. Anyways, this little one had a price tag of $3 on it, but he threw that in as well because he said, let's just call it an even $35, and their taxes are included. So I thought that was a pretty good deal, and I came away from there very happy that day.